Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I'm Justin Block, and today Liverpool FC defeated Oldham at Anfield in an FA Cup tie 5-1. Now, because it was an FA Cup tie against a lesser team, and because Liverpool are facing a bunch of games in the next week, the team was changed out a little bit. Steven Gerrard made his first start in many months, and we were all very happy to see that. It was also really good to see Craig Bellamy get a start on the side. Liverpool handled the game easily. For the first time in a while, they had some luck on their side. Actually, the announcer at halftime said the words Liverpool and fortunate in the same sentence for probably the first time all season. Liverpool had a little luck on a deflected goal, on a penalty call. But, honestly, the way that this season has gone, I will take anything. I don't even care if it's dumb luck. I will take any goals. Also, the two Liverpool men that needed goals the most, Andy Carroll and Stuart Downing, also scored. Stuart Downing opened his Liverpool scoring account, and Andy Carroll scored for the first time in God knows how long. So it was good to see those guys score. However, after the match, and the match itself has become sort of a side issue on a more pressing matter that's come to the attention of fans all over England, soccer fans everywhere, thanks to the quality newspaper, the Daily Mirror. Now, after the game, the Daily Mirror posted a news article on their website that said the Oldham FC right fullback, Tom, I believe, Adeyemi, was racially abused by fans sitting in the Kop. Now, there are images of Adeyemi clearly distraught. He's near tears. He's pointing at the Kop. He had to be held back by his teammates. Steven Gerrard and Dirk Kuyt went over to reassure him, and they're just really upsetting images. And on the surface, when I first logged on and saw the story, I was thinking, oh my God, this is the last thing Liverpool need coming off the Luis Suarez racism row. What the fuck are the fans doing? What is going on here? But upon some better investigation on Twitter, it appears that fans in the Kop were shouting at him. Indeed, they were insulting him for apparent time wasting, but they didn't call him I'm sorry that I have to say this, a black bastard like it's being reported and thrown around on the internet. Apparently, they were calling him a mank bastard. Now, when I first heard that, I took it with a grain of salt, and I practiced in my room saying, well, how does one get the phrase mank bastard and black bastard confused on the pitch? I was shouting in my room for a solid 10 minutes, mank bastard, black bastard, much to the horror of my parents, to sort of verbally hear if there were any differences when you're shouting it out, if you could possibly get the two mixed up. And from my speaking, I couldn't get the two mixed up. But I asked a couple people on Twitter, and they said, yes, with a Scouse accent or a British accent or an English accent, it's very possible that one can get the two confused. So I know I have so many English, British, Scouse viewers. You tell me, is it possible if you said both of those things that they could get confused for each other? Would accent allow one to confuse one term for another when you're shouting it out in a very loud stadium? Now, the pictures that show Gerrard and Kuyt, the captions underneath them say they were reassuring him. Now, they could either be consoling him because they know that Liverpool fans are shouting terrible things at him, or they could be reassuring him to reassure him they're not shouting, what you think they're shouting at you. They're actually shouting mank bastard or some other insult. Now, according to this report, eyewitnesses saw two fans wearing Luis Suarez t-shirts and heard one of them clearly shout, "You fucking black bastard." Police immediately moved to restrain the two suspects and later confirmed a formal investigation. Yet, an official statement from Merseyside Police said that nobody was arrested at all in connection with this incident. Now, another supposed eyewitness apparently went to Liverpool officials and the police and said that he heard a single voice shouting from the Kop, "You fucking black bastard." Now, naturally, these two supposed eyewitnesses from the Daily Mirror, they don't receive any names. They're just unnamed eyewitnesses. They're not named at all. We don't know any information about them. They're just basically just faceless people providing quotes to the Daily Mirror. And of course, the two people that were shouting racist comments were wearing Luis Suarez shirts, of all things. Yes, because that makes too much sense. Since Liverpool were involved in Luis Suarez racism row, of course, two Luis Suarez fans have to be shouting racist comments from the Kop. Clearly, the Daily Mirror has a fucking agenda with this story. Now, I understand that libel laws in Great Britain and England are basically non-existent, but in the United States, if you posted an article like that with no quotes from anybody, that newspaper would be it would lose all credibility. They'd have to issue a full apology. The editor, whoever published it, and the writer would probably be fired from their posts, and it would just be a total black eye for that newspaper. But in the United States, if something happened like this, especially to a big sports club, like say the Yankees had an article published exactly like this about them, The Yankees could probably sue the newspaper if they wanted to on libel. This is like total defamation of the club, of the fans, of everybody involved. So that's all for today of JLB Sports TV. I'm Justin Block. Remember, don't buy the Sun, don't buy the Daily Mirror, and you're better off just not reading a newspaper at all. YNWA, folks.